Hello and welcome to our English class. If you haven't met me before, my name is Alex and I'm one of the English teachers here with Gallery Teachers Online, and I'll be hosting the session today. Today it's all about Lexis, so looking at vocabulary, specifically phrasal verbs. And we're going to be looking at phrasal verbs with the verb put. We're going to start with put up. Put up, including put up with and put up to. So let's go through. To put something up. So if you see STH or S1, that means something and someone respectively. To put something up, meaning to assemble, raise, and fix. This is separable. For example, could you help me put up that IKEA bookcase I bought? Or, I think I'll put my hair up for the party tonight. So notice in the second example, we separated this phrasal verb. I think I'll put my hair up for the party tonight. We can also have to put up with something or someone. This is different. This means to tolerate, to accept, to endure. For example, I just can't put up with people like that. With rude people like that. Now, to put someone up to something, again, really specific. This means to incite, persuade someone to do an action. Again, separable. For example, his friends put him up to ringing the doorbell and then running away. So that's the example of some kind of prank. When someone is put up to something, they're incited, they're persuaded to usually to do something bad, to do something they shouldn't do. Okay, like childhood pranks, for example, like a prank call. So that's to put something up, to put up with someone or something, inseparable, and to put someone up to something. To put someone up, like this, simply, to put someone up, meaning to allow someone to stay somewhere for a short period of time. For example, Jane is putting me up for the weekend so I can go to the wedding. Okay, notice this is present continuous this time, meaning she has somewhere to stay. To put something forward. Okay, to put something forward means to suggest an idea, plan, or person for the consideration of others. For example, Maria has put herself forward as a candidate for the new position, meaning she would like to apply to put herself forward. Or David put forward a good some good suggestions at the team meeting. So notice you can put a person forward, or you can put some kind of idea or plan forward for consideration. Great, but especially for a business context, to put someone or something forward. To put down, okay, including to put down to and to put down for. To put someone down can mean to criticize, or it does mean to criticize, show disapproval, or humiliate. For example, he embarrassed his girlfriend by putting her down in front of their friends. Okay, so in some way he was criticizing her or making fun of her in a negative way in front of their friends. To put someone down for something, meaning to volunteer for an activity, usually by writing your name down on some kind of list. Example, you should put our names down for that trip to London, meaning we would like to go write our names on the sign-up list. Put your names down. And another more specific meaning, this is to put an animal down. Sadly, this means to euthanize an animal which is very ill or severely injured to prevent further suffering. And this would happen at the veterinary clinic or surgery. For example, the children were so upset when the elderly family dog was put down at the animal surgery. Put aside, put by, and put to one side. Okay, so stay with me here, right? To put something aside, or to put something to one side, and in fact also to put something by. means to keep or save something for later. This can be about saving money. For example, he's putting money aside for his trip to Asia next year. In another context, you might be at a shop and the sales assistant kindly offers to keep your purchase behind a desk for you to collect later. They might say, I'll put your purchase to one side so you can collect it later. To put something, especially problems, aside is quite different. It means to stop thinking about something negative, especially in relationships between people, okay, where there's some kind of disagreement. For example, the divorced couple decided to put their differences aside in order to be better co-parents for their children. To put away. Okay, so some of you suggested this phrasal verb. What does it mean? To put something away means to place someone in the location where it is normally kept, its normal home, if you like. For example, you'll need to put away all the utensils after you finish baking the cake. And again, this is separable, right? So you could say you need to put all the utensils away after you finish baking the cake. Now, a very different meaning to put someone away. Okay, so notice the difference between put something and put someone away. To put someone away means to send to prison. For example, they'll be put away for at least 5 years for the bank theft. What's next? Yes, to put across or to put over. These had the same meaning often. So to put something across or over means to express and communicate a concept or opinion in such a way that it can be understood by others. So we're expressing and we're communicating ideas and opinions so that they can be understood. For example, in a presentation, I thought she put her ideas across very well in the presentation. Or I thought she put her ideas over very well in the presentation. Here's another one that can have many different meanings depending on the context. Put on. Now, you probably all know the nice but basic use of put on, to put something on, meaning to get dressed. Sorry, that should be dressed, D-R-E-S-S-E-D, or to apply makeup, creams, etc. For example, to put on clothes, right? For example, it's colder than I expected today. I think I'll put on my thick jumper or my thick sweater. Jumper and sweater are the same, by the way, or nearly the same. Jumper is a bit more frequently used in British English and sweater in American English. But basically to put on this clothing. Now, you can also put something on, different contexts, meaning to pretend or to behave in an unnatural or unusual way for you. Quite often, it's to deceive or annoy someone. For example, don't put on that silly voice just to annoy me. So you imagine maybe two discussion between children, right? And one is using a really unusual voice for them. And the other might say, don't put on that silly voice. So again, those are both to put something on, but one means to get dressed in clothes. The other means to pretend. Now, this one, put back and to put off, all about timings. To put something back, think like back in this way, to delay, to postpone a planned activity or event for a later date. For example, half of the employees are on a business trip this week, so the team meeting has been put back until next week. So although put back has the word back, which we often use for the past, it is actually about moving something forward, to delay and to put something to a future time, a future appointment, if you like. The team meeting has been put back until next week. To put something off also has the meaning to delay. It means to postpone an activity, but usually without a set date in the future. when it will happen. So, for example, less frequently used in business, it might just mean sort of more like to procrastinate. So, for example, don't put off writing your essay until the last minute. Okay, so meaning don't procrastinate, right? So that's to put back and put off. Put through. To put someone through something. This means to make someone experience something difficult and negative, some kind of life experience. For example, the celebrity says she has been put through a difficult ordeal because of all the media interest, meaning a difficult time, put through a difficult time. Now, we have to put someone through to someone else. That's totally different. That means different phone lines to connect to people on different phone lines. For example, for a customer service hotline. For example, I'll put you through to the customer support team now, right? Meaning to transfer your call. Okay, to put together or to put towards. To put something, especially to put something back together, means to assemble or repair something broken. Example, do you think we'll be able to put the broken vase back together? To put something towards something else, to give an amount of money to pay part of the full amount of something, meaning like to contribute, right? For example, I can put £50 toward the cost of the iPad for Matthew's birthday. It's not the full amount, okay, but this is what I can contribute. So to put something back together and to put something toward something else. Put in and put into. To put something in means to install. For example, we had an air conditioning unit put in after the heat wave last summer. To put something into something, meaning to invest time, effort, or money for a particular purpose. For example, Anya's put in so much effort in her homework. She hopes she'll get a good mark. Or with money, they've put a lot of money into that new restaurant. I hope it will be a success.